Hello, servers and friends. My name is Natasha Aurora. I would like to talk about cultural tourism according to the question that is given. So, the first question, identify the meaning of cultural tourism as identified by UNWTO. Cultural-based tourism is a type of tourism activity that utilizes culture as a tourist attraction visited by tourists. In these tourist destinations, tourists will experience and learn 13 cultures of the United Nations World Tourism Organizations. The United Nations state that cultural tourism, including also heritage tourism, which has a big role therein, represent between 35 until 40% of all tourism around the world and experience a growth of about 15% per year, UNWTO 2013. So from this, I could say that travel or tourism activities carried out by groups or individuals by visiting and utilizing culture as a tourist attraction. Usually, the purpose of cultural tourism is for recreation, personal development, and learning the cultural attractions that assist in the place. Cultural tourism can be in the form of historical heritage, cultural heritage, traditional village, tombs of kings, museum, and dance studios. Example of a cultural tourism. First, Tanah, one of the most sacred temples, Hindu place of worship in Bali, Indonesia. Here there are two temples located on a large rock. One is located on a boulder and the other is located on a cliff similar to Uluwatu Temple. Tanah Temple is part of the Dangkayangan Temple. Tanah Temple is a sea temple where the worship of the guardian gods of the sea. History. According to the history of Tanah, based on the legend of Dang Hyang Nirata, he moved a rock, his place of meditation, to the middle of the beach with spiritual power. The rock is named Tanah, which means rock in the middle of the ocean. Since that incident, the Bendesa Baraban Sakti acknowledged the supernatural powers of Dang Hyang Nirata by becoming his followers to embrace Hinduism along with all the local residents. It is said in the history of Tanah, before leaving the village of Baraban, Dang Hyang Nirata gave a curse to the village of Baraban. The curse has the power to eliminate all diseases that attack plants. Location. Tanah tourism object is located in Baraban village, Kediri district, Tabanan, Regency, about 30 kilometers south of Tabanan city. Second, Borobudur. Borobudur is the largest Buddhist temple or shrine in the world, as well as one of the largest Buddhist monuments in the world. Borobudur is still used as a place of religious pilgrimage. Every year, Buddhists who come from all over Indonesia and abroad gather at Borobudur to commemorate the Vesak Trisuci. Regarding tourism, Borobudur is the single tourist attraction in Indonesia that is most visited by tourists. Location, located about 40 kilometers northwest of Yogyakarta city. History. The construction time is estimated based on a comparison between the type of script written on the closed foot of Karma Wibanga with the type of script commonly used in 8th and 9th century royal inscriptions. It is estimated that Borobudur was built around 800 AD. This period corresponds to the period between 760 and 830 AD, the heyday of the Shailandra dynasty in Central Java, which at the time controlled the throne of the Medan Kingdom. The construction of Borobudur is estimated to have taken more than 75 until 100 years and was actually completed during the reign of King Samartunga in 825. Third, Prambanan. This temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the largest Hindu temple in Indonesia, as well as one of the most beautiful temples in Southeast Asia. As one of the grandest temples in Southeast Asia, Prambanan temple attracts tourists from all over the world. Location. The Prambanan Temple complex has a wall in the province of the special region of Yogyakarta, but the administrative door is in central Java. This makes Prambanan Temple located in two places, namely in the Boko Harjo village, Kapanewon Prambanan, Sleman District, Yogyakarta Special Region, and in Tlogo Village, Prambanan Subdistrict, Klaten District, Central Java. History. In the early 1990s, the government removed the markets and villages that were spreading widely around the temple, displaced the village and rice fields around the temple, and restored it to an Asian park. This Asian park covers a large area along the Surakarta-Jogja Highway on the south side, covering the entire Prambanan Temple complex, including Lambung Temple, Bubra Temple, and Sewu Temple to the north. In 1992, the Indonesian government established state-owned enterprise PT Taman Wisata Candi Borobudur, Prambanan, and Ratu Boko. Fourth, Ulan Sentalu. The name Ulan Sentalu is an acronym from the Javanese language. Ulating, Blanchang, Sejatin, Tatarining, Lumaku, which means like Blanchang lamps as a guide for mankind in stepping and living life. This philosophy is taken from an oil lamp used in wayang kulit performance, Blanchang, which is a light that is always moving to direct and illuminate the journey of our life. This museum was founded by one of Yogyakarta's nobles who is known to be very close to the Surakarta and Yogyakarta royal families. Location. Located in Pekam, Kaliurang District, Sleman Regency, Yogyakarta Special Region. History. The Ulan Sentalu Museum is a private museum initiated by the Haryono family from Jogja and is under the umbrella of the Uli Titing Blanchang Foundation, with advisors including ISKS Paku Bawono 12, KGPAA Paku Alam 8, GBPH Pueger, Ger Siti Nurul Kusuma Wardani, Mrs. Hartini Sukarno, and KPDR Samuel Wedya Diningrat, SPBK ONK. This museum was inaugurated on March 1, 1997 by KGPAA Paku Alam 8, the governor of the special region of Yogyakarta at the time. Last but not least, Tirta Ganga or Istana Tirta. This park is famous for its water palace, which is owned by the Karangasem Kingdom. Location, located in the eastern part of the island of Bali, Indonesia, about 5 kilometers from Karangasem near Mount Agung. History, Tirta Ganga literally means water from the Ganges River, which is a tribute to the Balinese Hindu community. This name refers to the water palace, which was built in 1948 by the king of Karangasem, Anak Agung Anglura Ketut Karangasem Agung. However, the name is also used to refer to the area that includes the water palace and the lush countryside around it. The Tirta Ganga water palace is the maze of pools and fountains surrounded by lush gardens and statues. Another question, 5 importance of cultural tourism with example and age. First, Puratanalot. Puratanalot became a must-visit tourist destination when visiting Bali, which is famous for its sunsets. Puratanalot is Hindu place of worship are held every 210 days or 6 months according to the Balinese calendars. Puratanalot is where its holy temples are located. Penataran, Pengawang, Jorokandang, Injunggalu, Batu Mejang, Triantaka Monumen, Pakendungan. Second, Borobudur. Borobudur is Buddhist worship center. It's become a place of pilgrimage or spiritual as a World Heritage that has been recognized by UNESCO and has become a cultural and religious destination for tourists. Third, Prambanan. It's inspiring Indonesia that the harmony of difference has been carried out in the past, and then mirror of the nation's progress seen from the very advanced that complex architecture and building techniques of its time, and then utilization of religious interest and Hindu rituals, and then future developments, education resources, and developing the nation's economy by increasing heritage tourism. Third, Ulan Sentalu. Introduction to the history of the Solo and Yogyakarta, please. Education for the future development, elevating the architectural style of Gothic and tropical houses. And Yogyakarta economic developer. Last, Tirta Gangga, economic booster with tourism and tourist attraction. Last question. Give your views on the type of cultural tourism. If agree, then mention why, and if disagree, mention why not. So my answer is cultural tourism is almost as diverse as culture itself in that it can embrace practically any activity connected with or peculiar to a country, area, city, or town, art, cinema, language, sport, religion, architecture, gastronomy, nature, or any kind of folklore. But there are other much less conventional and in some cases very alternative types of cultural tourism. Here are some examples. The so-called Tomboson tours are not as bad as you might think. Cemeteries such as those at Imogiri, Tombs of Kings, are some of the cities most visited by tourists due to their history and beauty. Daily visitors, most of them are tourists. That's all of my presentations. Thank you.